white man our brother and the black man an outcast. These are the words that Reverend Mahabane used when lambasting the apartheid regime for suppressing the Christian doctrine. Reverend Mahabane, a leader of note, he boldly and courageously confronted the apartheid regime. Mahabane was born the 15th August 1881 in Tabanchu, Orange Free State, now Free State, and passed on in September 1971 in Kronstadt. He was a qualified teacher in 1901. He gave up teaching and became a court interpreter. In 1908, he began theological training at the Leicester Theological School near Queenstown. He was ordained as a Methodist minister in 1914. Reverend Mahabane's political career spanned the years of crisis over the Herzog bills, and his views on the franchise issue reflected the complexity of the African dilemma. As the president of the Cape Congress and vice president of the Cape Native Voters Convention in the period before 1936, Mahabane took the public position that a separate voters' roll for the Africans would be acceptable if whites found the prospect of a common role too threatening. Mahabane was elected president of the ANC in 1924. He took over from Sefako Mapogo Magatu, a term he completed in 1927. It was in 1937 that Reverend Mahabane was re-elected president of the ANC, a position he held for 3 years. After he lost the ANC presidency in 1940, he devoted himself to clerical duties for the organization, working there as a chaplain.
We feel good that our grandfather is being recognized because he was the president of ANC twice.
Reverend Mahabane was working tirelessly to bring about unity amongst the liberal groups in the country. Between 1936 and 1954, he served as a president of the All-African Convention and was part of their several deputations to the government. He sought to foster unity between South African non-whites and also devoted a great time to the activities of the Interdenominational Ministers Association, of which he was president for several years. He challenged the white supremacist mentality of treating the African people not as adult citizens with full rights, but as children to be spoken for and controlled.
He's the one who came up with equal opportunities for all black people. He's the one who came up with unity in diversity. He's the one who came up with equal rights for equal, black and white.
By 1920, Reverend Mahabane was telling the annual conference of the ANC that the South African whites has rejected the Christian doctrine of universal brotherhood and in its place adopted a new creed. Mahabane always argued that apartheid government had denied Africans their basic human right to self-determination. He emphasized that any advance in human rights in the South African context had to begin with a positive stand towards African humanity.
One day he said to me, I will only be glad if all the people of South Africa can live in harmony and be equal in all aspects of the society.
To Reverend Mahabane, the value system of Ubuntu was to be the central theme of African politics.
Long live the African National Congress, long live! Long live the ANC, long live!
Lehana Tsotetsi, SABC News, Johannesburg.